Hey guys, AntVenom here, and welcome back to another Minecraft video. And today I'm going to be showing you guys the water shader mod for Minecraft 1.0. Yes, that's right. For those of you who have been following this mod, on a fairly consistent basis, you would know that this mod has been one of the sort of long-lost mods of like 1.7 and 1.8 that had not really been updated for 1.0. But just I believe yesterday or the day before, this mod actually did end up getting updated for 1.0. So definitely something that is worth checking out. But anyways, what I'm going to be showing you guys here today as far as this mod goes are, exactly what it is, the water reflections. And I'm going to be walking around my peaceful map a little bit here, just showing you guys different areas of my peaceful map that sort of have different styles of water reflections, as well as I'll grab a piece of water out from a water bucket here and, pour it in various places just to give you guys an idea of what the effect is like. And as you can see in front of me here, I figured this would be like the best location to show you guys exactly what this does. Is the water shader mod basically just gives more of like a realism effect to your, your water in Minecraft, because as you guys know, with the water in Minecraft, it's not reflective in any way, and it just sort of has this like blue hue to it. Now, when I first started using this mod, I kind of found that it was like, it just didn't feel right, but then I realized, the water in Minecraft is not realistic in any way, and this really does look quite a lot more realistic. But what I would highly recommend you guys do, because ever since the change between 1.7 and 1.8, what I would recommend you guys do is go into your options menu, go into your video settings, and turn your brightness down to moody, because if I turn it all the way up here, then the reflections get like a little bit wonky, because the amount of brightness that is allowed underwater is a little bit higher than it would be if you are set on moody. And it just looks better in cave systems. And I mean, explore, unless you're filming like a video or something, which in this case, actually, it's like totally ironic what I'm about to say. Having your brightness set to a higher setting is actually something that is a little bit more preferred. But with the water shader mod, not so much. So what I'm going to be doing first here, I might as well just start flying. The video is going to be a little bit laggy because this mod is actually extremely intensive on my computer. But as you can see here, if you guys wanted to get an idea of what free floating water looks like, this is what it looks like. Even in its falling state, it will do a pretty decent job at distorting the stuff that is around it. So like, as you can see, if I keep my camera angle still, you can see that the leaves on the trees behind it are being distorted quite nicely. So, you get that effect even when the water is falling. I do think that really does look quite real. And this also works, by the way, on HD texture packs as well, or at least I believe it does. I know the older versions did. I'm not sure if it still does, but it's something that's definitely worth checking out, because I think it just, all it does is it reflects what it's showing live. So I don't see any reason why this wouldn't work with an HD texture pack. But yeah. Oh, something else I thought I should show you guys as well is that I can see my own little reflection in the water here. And if there were any mobs that were cruising around in the water as well, actually there is over here, a nice little sheep. You can see the sheep's reflection in the water as well. It's a little bit difficult to see, but if I get at the right angle here, and you can even see my sword in the water there as well, it's really nice. You can see the sheep's little reflection there as well. So the last bit that I'm going to show you guys here, sorry this video is so short, but I mean, given that it's such a simple mod that does, such a simple thing, the review is not going to be that long. Maybe it'll end up being a little bit longer than I expected though. Wow, I just love the way it looks. It's amazing what such a small mod can do, to your game, but it's also amazing how much it can tax out my system at the same time. Because this is like the first video that I have filmed in quite a long time that has not done 30 frames a second. I'm actually only going at about 26 right now. So maybe it's time for me to get a computer upgrade. I don't know. Maybe my computer is not as strong as I once thought. And by the way, this mod does look much better during the nighttime because the shading really comes out as well, which is the reason why I want to take you guys into a cave system here really quick, just to show you what the water looks like in here, because this is where I think that the water shader mod really, shines. I mean, as you can see, I just really love the way it looks in cave systems, because at least in my personal opinion, the shading looks a lot better up close than it does from a distance, because it looks a lot more realistic from here. But like if I go up into the overworld again and I fly really high up using creative mode here, or just any sort of flying mode, then the water distortion gets a little bit crazy in how wavy it allows things to get. But I mean, overall, I still think that it's a supreme upgrade over what we have now. And yeah, as you can see here, let me go back to my boat dock here just because I think it's a little bit better there. Ooh, that's kind of weird how it reflects this falling water in the water that's way back there. That's kind of awkward. Or maybe it doesn't. I don't really know. But man, nighttime does look so nice on a reflective water surface. So, something that I definitely recommend you guys try checking out for yourselves, assuming your computer can handle it. Maybe I'm just, running too many programs right now or something like that, which does happen on a day-to-day basis. I tend to have like at least 20 tabs in my not Internet Explorer, I don't use that, and my Google Chrome browser window open. So, I don't know. It's not the case right now, but maybe I just need to be a little bit more on the lookout for that. The only thing that I'm kind of disappointed at this mod, at least as of right now in its current updated state, though I would recommend you guys check out the Minecraft forum in order to see if it has been updated. It currently does not show clouds in the reflections, which I think is a huge letdown, but then again, this was only just recently updated for 1.0 as of me making this video, so definitely something to check the forum thread on. So before I go ending off the video, guys, there were a few things that I ended up forgetting to review in the mod itself, so I thought I would just cut the footage in here because it's just going to be one cut for you guys, and I really didn't want to leave an annotation because it's really not possible to annotate on screen what a visualization of underwater looks like, because that's something that I ended up forgetting to show you guys. So when you jump underwater here, the regular sort of like hue that you would get when you're underwater currently is not there, because that was really the main reason why the mod was being, was taking so long, to come out. But the reflections themselves do in fact happen. So yeah, they do look really good when you're underwater as well. But the only thing that I ended up noticing, and I want to show you guys right now, let me just go ahead and place a ton of blocks here, just like this, is that when you get underwater, the shading can get a little weird. Like, the shading right here is appropriate, it's properly shading itself as it, normally should. But when you get underwater here, let me just slowly dip my way underwater. As you can see, the wood will like re-reflect itself underneath the water. Now, when you're underwater, nothing should reflect itself while it's in the water. Or like, it shouldn't reflect itself in the water. But I guess given the way that shading works, it just kind of does that. So I think that's something that the mod maker should end up taking a look at. But I mean, otherwise, that is really just a very minor downset to quite an amazing mod. And the last thing that I wanted to say is that this mod is not compatible with the Optifine mod, at least in its current state. What ends up happening is that all the reflections in the water itself just kind of disappear, and what you get is like this blank void of particles, much like the void, except it's like a water void, and it's just really dumb. So don't install this with the Optifine mod. Then again, that is just in its current state. This mod, by the time you end up watching this video, could have been updated for the Optifine mod, so you guys will never really know unless you end up downloading the mod for yourselves and messing around with it. But anyways, guys, I hope you all have enjoyed this video. My name is AntVenom, and I bid you all farewell. Thanks so much for watching.